Hey Shannon, how are you? That's awesome. Look at that. Mark Olson made it. Mark, how are you doing? It's been hot and muggy here today. It's like 90% humidity. Our feels like temp was 115 today. Holy shit, Doug. That's hot. That means you can cook your dinner on your hood. It was not necessarily hot. It was just extremely humid. We had a bunch of rain uh, the last couple days, and you know, that, like I said, it wasn't really hot. The humidity it's just bad. So it's not too bad right now. Not near as bad as it was, but been inside most of the day. Oh, I worked in the shop all day. So that transmission completely. That I had the transmission pulled last night, and then today I got it all tore apart. It's in a million pieces. So getting ready to get that rebuilt. There you go, Mark. Uh, yeah, it was a little over 90, I think, today. With like my gauge was showing like 97 no, or 90% humidity in the shop. I don't know, maybe a little less, but still, it don't matter. It's bad. Lisa, how are you? 72 dew point is a killer. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mark. AM. Yeah, it'll be a couple days before it cools off, so that's all right. I'd rather deal with this than winter, though. I just can't stand winter at all. When you're all dressed up like a Michelin guy, and you walk around like that, trying to do your stuff. I can't stand that. 4R100, Doug. It'll be my first one. So right now they want like $1,500 if you can find one. If you can find a good transmission, they want $1,500 for a used one. Uh, and right now, I what I quoted my customer um, versus buying a new one and versus buying a used one, I'm right in the middle if I rebuild it for him. So he on the end of the day he saves a good chunk of money. But right now those 4R100s, man, they're really hard to find. That's right, Mark. Bill Beckett's in the house. Bill, how are you? I can't stand the heat and humidity. Well, I'd rather have that than being cold. I can tell you that much. But my wife is the opposite. She can't handle this kind of weather. She rather has wintertime. So I mean, like a year ago, you were tripping over those transmissions, for five, $500, $750. But all the used parts been going up. Engines, any kind of transmission. I mean, like the transmission I put in Fort Flex, um, couldn't find one around here, so I had to get that one from a company all the way out of Chicago. Hey, Bill. Hey, Mark. Hey, Shannon. Hope all is well, Bill. Yeah, I hear you, Mark. What up, Dave? I sent you a link. If you got time, you're more than welcome to. If you don't, that's fine. Whatever works best for you. Yo, mama, what's up, brother? How are you? On my way, on the way home from grocery store. 10-4. Hey, Quick Ranch. Yo, mama, how are ya? Hey, Dave. So I was kind of shocked that, because like I said, you used to trip over those transmissions, and like I said, you were able to buy them for like $500, $750. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, but you know, on the end of the day, those 7.3s starting to be old trucks, and everybody wants to keep them on the road and save a dollar, and so you throw a used one in there, and then if everybody just keeps buying the used ones and never want a rebuilt one, well, guess what? At some point you'll run out. Hey, yo, mama, says Bill. Yeah, but Shannon ZF6s have always been expensive. Even a couple of years ago, a good used one, which there's no such thing as a good used one when it comes to ZF6 unless you're lucky. They wanted to still back in the day, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they still wanted $1,500 for those. And to rebuild those, if you want to buy a rebuild on those, they're 3,500. They have always been expensive. Um, and those are actually really easy to rebuild, believe it or not. They're easier than an automatic, in my opinion. They're well worth rebuilding once it's done. Yeah. Well, and that's what I told my customer, right? 1,500 bucks for a good used one that I from a person that I can trust that I've been dealing with. I mean, I felt that was kind of steep. So really, Shannon, they're hard to find. I never had a problem finding them. At least not around here. Let me put it that way. Actually, I got one sitting on the shelf. So and that's a ZF6 for a 7.3. Now, if you want to talk about a ZF6 for behind the 6.0, the Fort 6.0, now those are hard to find because they didn't really. That was a special order, and they didn't really want to put them in. They rather had the automatics in those. No problem, Dave. Yeah, there's not many around where I'm yeah, yeah, like a lot of Fords here. I'm gonna, and a lot of those Fords have ZF6s in them, especially if you got the dually. So, like I said, the 6.0s are really hard to find. The 7.3s, they're pretty common. They put them, the ZF6. They used to put them a lot in those dualies because they were better for hauling. Um, nope, not yet, Scott. Not yet. It's on the list, but I only have so much time. Scott, how are you? The 6.0 and the ZF6 is a good setup. Yeah. Well, I got one in my truck that used to have a 6.0 in it. That's got a 5.9 Cummins. Regardless, I'm a big fan of the ZF6. So, and the ZF6 is actually a lot cheaper versus an NV 5600. So, yeah. The guts is identical. ZF the 6.0 versus the 7.3. The guts is identical. The biggest difference is the bell housing bolts. You remember on the 7.3s, they come up really sharp like that, and then it cut over like that. It's like a really high crown, and they used to crack a lot. And then with the 6.0, they shortened them up and made them more round, the bell housing. And those cases don't crack near as fast or near as easy as the 7.3s. And then because the 6.0 was higher torque and horsepower, the input shaft is bigger on those. I personally have never seen it, but there are people that say that input shafts like to break on Fords with the 7.3 in it. Um, no, I don't, Scott. Yeah, ZF6s have always been expensive, Mark. There's nothing cheap about them. But like I said, they're always been cheaper than the NV5600, though. Yeah, because that's coming up on my truck whenever I get time. I want to pull that ZF6. That um, second to third is kind of stiffish, and I know the ZF6 that I had in my welding truck, I rebuilt that. I don't have a lot of miles on it because that was a welding truck, so I didn't drive that all over God's creation. So it's got low miles when I rebuild it, and the guts is identical. So what I was thinking to do, and it's two-wheel drive. So what I was wanting to do, um, put the guts of the ZF6 out of that 7.3 and put that in the 6.01, and then just change the housing, the input shaft, and the output shaft because you go from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. Yeah, I'm sitting on the porch because I keep having trouble with the internet in the shop. Scott, a strong unit runs them in there. I did not know, Yo Mama, that John Deere ran the ZF6. Don't they have? Is it Volkswagen that runs some kind of ZF6 transmission? There's a European brand that runs a ZF6 transmission. It's not the ZF6, but uh, because it's probably it's a lot smaller. But oh, I thought you misspelled. Sorry. Zephe is a strong. Yeah, what's the gear ratio on those, yo mama? That's the most important thing on the end of the day. Not Volkswagen, as far as I know. Okay, like I said, there is some kind of European car that runs some sort of ZF6 transmission or ZF transmission. I look for them all the time on Facebook Marketplace. So, because if I can find a good deal on one, I'll jump right on that. But that's you know that's almost like finding hen's teeth. But those are pretty easy to fix. The cool thing with the ZF6 is they got a mid plate, and everything is on that mid plate. So you pull the bell housing off, you pull the tail housing off, and then you got all your gears right there. It's all right there on that mid plate, and that makes it really nice and really easy to work on. And then you can work on your all your gears and uh, synchronizers and all that. Have you had an issue with getting the shift lever to move to the in the shift lever to move to the side to put in low or reverse, just to get the position. Yeah, but that's so you don't when you're shifting and you're downshifting. That's so you don't accidentally go in reverse or low, Shannon. There is like a resistor there or resistance there, I should say. Um, that's done so you don't jump in those gears. You're not looking five will. Yeah, it's always like yeah. That's how it goes, Bill. You're 100%. Just checked with Chat GPY, BMW, Jag, and Land Rover. Okay, there you go. So it's the Brits, Jag or Land Rover, and BMW. Gotcha. Hey, Brandon, how are you? No, 103 isn't hot enough. Needs to be 110. LOL. I'm ready for fall, not winter, but fall. What up, Brandon? How you doing? I hope all is well. Oh, Brandon. Hey, Bill. Yeah, there's it's like that, Shannon. I have yet to find a ZF6 that it's not stiff to go over and then go into gear for reverse or low. Every single one of them is like that. You really gotta give it a little more oomph than normal. And I've had a lot of ZF6s. I probably had throughout my life. I want to say 8 trucks with a ZF6 in them, and every single one of them has been like that. Doing good, just been really, really busy. Well, that's good, Brandon. It keeps you out of trouble, right? It's too hot when the crayons melt. For sure, Mark. For sure. Uh, wow. Yeah, that is stiff. That shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be that bad. There's some resistance, but not like you have to. Like not like that. It's it's got to give it a little extras, but um, double check on your when you pull in the cab, pull the boot up, and make sure that your shift tower. There's 4 bolts on there, right there on your shift tower. Make sure those bolts. There's an extension housing on there about that tall. Better make sure that those are tight. They can come loose, and then you can have some issues with shifting. Yeah, I mean, if you, it shouldn't be that bad. So, yeah, that's too much. But like I said, double check, pull your boot up, and make sure that on your shift tower, like I said, there's an extension on there that is about that tall, and make sure that those 4 bolts, make sure those are tight. Um, you know, they are known for letting loose, and then that will give you some shifting problems. So check on that, Shannon. It won't take much. So well, yeah, definitely found some problems on that 4R100. So we'll get a complete rebuild kit coming, and then tomorrow I still got to open up the pump. I suspect there's some problems in it too. But the main forward clutch pack was seized right there at the pump, and then the reverse, the snap ring broke, and there's like a whole inch missing. And I found like a quarter inch of it in the oil pan, so there's still a stretch somewhere. And I wonder if it's, I still got to open up the valve body and the pump, and I wonder if, if that stretch might be in there somewhere. You can't tell from outside, Shannon. Trust me. You got to pull that boot up, and if you have 1 or 2 bolts that are loose, I almost want to guarantee you that that's what giving you the shifting problem on those. That is one of the first things to check and to make sure. Um, I would definitely look at that. And like I said, that only takes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. Like you said, you just do that in the cab, get the plate off, lift the boot up, and you're right there. So, I dealt with the diesel enough at work. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do Loctite, use blue because those are Allens. And last thing you want to do is Loctite them too much, and then you can't get them out. Because that right there, that extension, that's what holds your shifter. Because there's a shifter with a ball on the bottom. That's what holds that piece and goes into your shift fork. That's that small extension. That's what that does. So, if you want to use some Loctite, use some blue. I never have. Just tighten them good. And if anything else, use some of those lock and crush washers. Um, I always had good luck with those, and then you don't have to worry about it. Scott Keller is a troll. uh, okay, Dave. Speaking of devil, here he is. What up, Dave?
Nothing. I just sending the FBI out trying to check out this Scott Keller guy, make sure he's legitimate. Possibly we may have to deport him. I don't know. I haven't talked to Holman yet, but I'm waiting for the phone call. But this guy, he's something else, man. He's some troll out of like Pakistan or something. chases little kids around for fucking $1. $1, give me $1.
Loctite is definitely overused. Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. General Motors caliper brackets, they definitely overuse Loctite on them son bitches.
Fuck yeah, they do.
That yellow shit, they overuse that shit. And dude, you tighten it back up, deal. And once it gets hot, it reactivates. It works again. You don't have to put more of that shit on those caliper bracket bolts.
Yeah. I just run it over the wire brush and I'll put some blue on there. I ain't doing all that other shit. Fuck that. Yeah, but he abuses the blue too. They abuse any kind of Loctite or
I don't see too much blue on GM anymore. It's usually yellow or red.
Yeah, but the older stuff
oranges.
is blue.
Yeah, that fucking caliper bracket bolts, man. Bastards. They did that so a guy wouldn't want to sit in his driveway with a 21 millimeter and a ratchet gun. Ugh.
Yeah. All the way to the end.
300 strokes on each fucking bolt. They wanted it where you had to have a fucking impact. Ring! Fuck you, man. But then they got
Walter,
those ones
how
that
are
you can't
you?
put an impact socket on.
Walter says green is the worst threat locker out there. I don't know if I ever seen green.
Green is like a permanent lock, isn't it, Walter? If I'm correct, green is like their strongest. It's like no, it's probably some guy in the south did that to you because you pissed him off.
Yeah, they probably thought it was Neverseas. Yeah, red can be tough.
Well, the green is a real bastard. That's like permanent, man.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think I ever seen green yet.
I dealt with the inner tie rod somebody used green on, and I'll tell you what, man, that took some serious effort to take off the car. I mean, it took some serious effort to get that out of the rack. I mean, every fucking turn, all the way was like, "Ugh, ugh." I think I actually broke one of my tools on that tie rod end.
I agree, Emily. So as long as you put an impact on that red shit, it'll zip right out.
Oh my God.
Probably was a Louisiana car. Hey, Cass, are you? Green is a step below cross threat.
I'm telling you, Theo, I had a fucking inner tie rod I changed. I don't believe it was the factory inner tie rod. I do recall, Cass, tell me, Speedruns, tell me I'm right or wrong. Don't some of these new tie rod ends come with like the green Loctite? Like the inner tie rod ends? All
I don't do that many tie rod ends.
There was so much on it, man. It was just like every freaking turn. It never got easier. Every turn was just tighter than shit.
Here, Bill hates swollen nuts.
Well, you gotta
But he's talking about lug
you gotta
nuts.
expel their contents once in a while. Then your nuts won't get swollen.
I thought that was red, Doug. I got some of that in my locker. Is that green? Yeah, you're right, Doug. That is green. So yeah, I have dealt with it. I even have it in my locker. So.
What, Scott Keller, you going to get shitty with me now? Crack one fucking beer and now I'm a drunk? I'm only drunk when I drink tequila.
3500 plus RAM, I think.
I gotta get air conditioning in my man cave here.
Marcus not seen green yet. Well, he claims you were drunk last night.
He's a historian. Did you know that?
Huh?
He's a historian.
Oh.
That's what he does. He talks about history, stuff that happened in the past. No good outlook for the future. Historian.
What's next? He's going to be digging for bones?
He probably has a couple freaking raptors in his backyard underneath his ground you don't know about.
Shannon says, what's not funny is a mad quick range. Bill said if you mix red and blue, you get purple Loctite. Ooh.
Well, now we're just going down the color wheel now.
Yeah, that way you can change it up a little.
Yeah, I heard about that, Scott, that you actually live in a legal cemetery. Your neighbors think that's how you hit the rich. That's how you got rich. You went and dug up everybody buried there and you stole their watches and their rings off their dead bodies. You sold that shit when prices were at all-time high for gold and diamonds and all that. And now Scott Keller got more money than Davy Crockett. Just digging up them rich New Yorkers. He does live on a cemetery plot. That's actually truthful.
Okay. So what you been working on, Dave?
Today,
No, not today. Last week.
same old shit, man. A lot of AC repairs. I got Diags coming out my ass. Seriously, check engine
You
light.
got Diax coming out of your ass, huh?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
if it was okay to show on YouTube, I would. But no, I have a ton of Diag work, but I have a lot of AC work. I got some evap cores. I got quite a few. I got about 4 condensers I got to do. I got a lot of Chrysler vehicles, to be honest with you, stuck at my work. Because guess what? Parts on national back order.
No shit.
Chrysler builds such a great car because I know there are some YouTubers out there that think Chrysler's way better than a GM or a Ford or anything else because I don't know. I mean, Chrysler's only had to get bailed out 3 times so they couldn't they couldn't go under. But I mean, I can't say Chrysler's got some good design to them. They always have, I think. But the newest, the last 15 years of Chrysler or more, there's a lot of shit that's wrong with their cars, man. But now I'm hitting the point where everything national back order. I got TIPA modules or whatever you want to call it, the fuse panel.
Yep.
I got Durangos and shit out of warranty now. And there was a little silent recall for certain date-to-date builds of certain vehicles. I got them coming in my shop left and right now, and I'm diagnosing the TIPA module's back. Oh, that's national back order. Intergalactical national back order. I asked my parts guy, what do you mean by that? It could be a week. It could be 2 weeks. It could be 4 months. Yeah. Why would it be so far back? Well, they're probably still using the same part on the factory. So they're sending them to the assembly line before they send them to the dealer. Now, you guys know these things are fucking up internally. Why the hell are they still building cars with them?
Well, Doug wants to know what you had to eat if you have Diags coming out.
I ate. It was outdated. I ate my Snap-on Solus Ultra scan tool, and ever since, and I've been shitting out Diags.
Chips. There you go, Mark. Yeah, chips.
That is a good one.
Yeah, I have very little love for Chrysler.
Dude, well, I know there's some YouTubers that think Chrysler's they don't rust as fast as a GM in the north. Bullshit.
They
Their
rust
frames
faster
may be
than
a
any
little.
other vehicle.
Their frames might be a little better than GM's freaking wax coated bullshit frame from the factory. If you don't do anything else to it, just like leave it factory. But their body panels and shit, they don't hold up to assault and fucking bullshit we throw on the roads, in my opinion, as well as the GM. But they all rust to hell when you're throwing all the shit we're throwing on our roads.
Yeah.
Or our dirt roads. You cause a lot of corrosion too. I don't know, just for our people on the live chat, they spray damn, this he'll pop in because I'm gonna say it. It's like you can't say Beetlejuice 3 times without Beetlejuice showing up. Well, Tarek is better because you say Tarek once, Tarek shows up. But what I forget what the hell do you know what it is that they throw on dirt roads to keep the dust down in your summer months, Theo, when it's really dry out? They throw a coating of something on the roads to help keep the dust down. So there's got to be an oil base or something. But there's going to be other chemicals in it, and I've been told that's extremely corrosive too.
I thought it was calcium or something.
Calcium chloride? That's what they use in the winter for brine on roads. But
yeah,
I know out here in our country roads, when it gets really dry out, they sometimes will come down like higher traffic dirt roads, and so the dust doesn't cause too much trouble. And they spray a brine or whatever. They spray something on the dirt road that helps keep the dust down.
Especially Michigan has more dirt roads than Indiana. So
what's that?
I said Michigan has more dirt roads than Indiana.
Yeah, we probably
do. Bill has a question for you, Dave.
Yeah, the brine is a pre-snow treatment. Most cases, the brines that they use in the north are almost the same damn thing as what you pull out of the ocean. I'm often wondering.
Guy in my place is training guy. Constant CVT changes. Yeah, CVT.
I often wonder if that, like the brine that they're using in a lot of places, if it isn't seawater, just right out of our sea, and then trucked up in large amounts. Suck up all the seawater, thousands again, and transport it. That it seems to be almost what it is. It's like salt water, pure ass salt water. I think. And who'd take the trouble of making the salt water? Why not just pull it out of your freaking oceans?
Yeah, you're right, yo mama. Dodge interiors are awful. Yep. Their switches are awful. The dashes are awful.
What's that?
Oh, yo mama here. The Dodge interiors are awful. Their seats fall apart and kill your back.
I'd have to say the most comfortable vehicle over the years that, well, I don't know who you want to. I mean, we could go Daimler Chrysler, we could go Chrysler, we could go Stellantis, we could go FCA. They're Stellantis right now, right? I'd still say one of their most comfortable vehicles, the seat that's the most comfortable, is a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Really?
I can't say the newest one. I think Jeep Grand Cherokee has a pretty comfortable seat.
We got that Ford Flex, man. I tell you what, that is for me by far one of the most comfortable seats. I was actually
I'm saying that Chrysler is behind.
Oh, for Chrysler, yeah.
I'd have to say out of their vehicles, that's probably one of the most comfortable vehicles, like seating, would be the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Their seats are very comfortable for some reason. Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, but that was back in the day, Shannon. They're not allowed to do that anymore. When I was out in Missouri, they just sprayed a lot of water.
Scott Keller, I like an old school bench seat. You had to be a big fan of the 19 whatever freaking Tempo.
What?
They had a bench seat going across, so things like a love seat in the front seat.
Man, they still put they put a lot of bench seats in Ford trucks.
Yes, Scott, they do put oil on the roads, but they also put something else in that oil that's mixed in that oil. It's corrosive to your vehicle. It's not a friendly oil.
New York still uses oil on the dirt road. Hey, Diabolical, how are you?
Genesis seats are legit. Isn't Genesis like a fucking Hyundai?
I don't know.
Aren't they owned by Hyundai? I've worked on Genesis before. I can't recall how comfortable they fucking were, but I thought they were like an upscale Hyundai. Something in that category.
I gotta say, I got some 08 seats in my Ford, and man, I think they're comfortable. I really like those.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what they use the same shit on the dirt roads here as they use where Eric O lives. And I can't remember what the fuck the mix is, but it is corrosive. A lot of people don't think anything about it. They don't worry about any of that stuff. Well, especially if you get mud up on your vehicle too, that's really bad because it plugs drain holes. And most of our mud and dirt bullshit here has a lot of iron in it, a lot of calcium, a lot of other minerals that will also help cause corrosion to your vehicle. So it's important to wash that shit off. You don't want that shit just sitting on it. You know anybody that lives on a dirt road that never cleans their car up and under flushes a carriage and all that shit all the time? Their shit's rotted to all hell if they didn't like pre-treat it with something really good. Y'all still ain't answer me. Isn't Genesis like parent company? Isn't it like Hyundai? That's like their luxury line of vehicle, even though Hyundai owns Kia now, and Kia would be their cheaper shit. Yeah, Buick Park Avenue had nice seats too.
Or the old Lincolns.
Probably talking like Schmitty, you're probably talking like
The old Lincolns that was almost like a lazy boy seat to sit in those.
you're probably talking like mid to late '90s Park Avenues that had 3800 under the hood. Some of them, if you had the nice one, had a 3800 turbocharged or supercharged under the hood.
Hey, Daniel, how are you? He says our dirt roads in Texas are just dusty ass dirt roads. LOL. There you go. Yes, Hyundai.
So I thought it's a Korean product.
Bought a 2026 Genesis last week, and I love it. Nice. Congrats on your new car, Diabolical.
Is that Genesis you bought diabolical gas or is it electric?
Yeah, you're right, Mark. The GTI they had those sporty seats in those. Those were comfortable too. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's been a long time ago. I've seen one of those, but I mean, a long time ago.
I'm curious if that new Genesis diabolical bought, if that was all gas or gas only. I didn't know if Genesis was putting anything under their brand that was electric.
Hey, Shell, how are you? Long time no seen. Hope all is well. Oh, see? There you go. Magnesium chloride and calcium chloride.
Yeah, I just know they spray some shit on the roads that if people don't. I mean, I work on them, so don't go tell me I'm full of shit. I've seen cars 2 years old, deal. That's like holy shit, man.
Well,
This
even
thing-
if you were
this thing's
full of
got-
shit, the only
this
thing you
thing's-
would shit out is Diags.
These things, if you look at them, like 3 years old, man. I say you shouldn't say 2. 3 years old. You look at the frame, you're like, I don't know if I should even lift this son of a bitch. I mean, literally, there's spots you can put your finger through it, and they live on dirt roads, and they don't wash their
Yeah.
car enough. 3 fucking years, and it's shot. I haven't seen Tim Windsor on it a bit.
He commented on my last video show. That was on Thursday. That's the last time I, quote unquote, talked to him.
Talking about dirt road, the shit they put out in the summer months being corrosive. I think that's what he's saying. You must be doing research. Thank
I
you,
got
Shannon.
word on that train.
Every time I'm live with you and I hear that go by,
I can't hear you.
it reminds me of the movie My Cousin Vinny.
Oh yeah, good movie.
It reminds me of My Cousin Vinny. This train
With
goes by
boss
every day.
extraction. Reach GT 350R passed away. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Shell. I don't think I knew him.
So did Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan, man. I don't know who this GTR guy is.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry to hear. I don't want to hear about anybody dying, but we're all going to fucking die, though. Not me, though. Doctor said I still got another 150 years left in me.
How often? Way too often, Mark. And on Sundays, it is nuts. It's like that's where they do the back hauls, mainly on Sunday. I mean, it's amazing how often they come by. So.
Oh my God, we're still talking about the time issues here. Did you buy anything new this week, Theo? You did a video, didn't you? On new tool haul?
Yeah, but that's from a while back. So.
No, but I mean, I can't watch your videos when you do anything that opens your toolbox. It scares the hell out of me how organized it is. It's like haunts me. I open up.
Right now,
where the 15 mil is. Holy shit! That's the ratchet. My ratchet's right there.
Well, right now you don't want to walk in my shop. I've got 2 carts that are slept full of tools. So right now I'm not very organized. It's fucking scattered everywhere.
Oh, I know how it is. When you get busy, you get busy.
But as soon as I get the job finished up, then all the tools get cleaned up, put up, and then everything gets back in place.
I bought me a new cordless ratchet, a couple of them. They got the new brushless 14.4 snap-ons, and they're on sale. So I picked up a couple of each, and I really like.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shell. You was my companion and love.
I'm also sorry to hear that.
Yeah, now I remember. Yeah. Condolences, Shell. Yeah.
Oh, somebody just wants to continuously be a smarty ass. No, I bought that. I still have the brush. I don't know if you knew this, but Snap-on just recently released on their cordless ratchets their 1/4-inch drive version of the long neck and short neck brushless. And it's my only brushless cordless ratchets I have yet because my brushed ones are still working fine. But my Snap-on dealer gave me a really good deal. My Snap-on dealer gave me a really good deal, so I bought the new brushless ones. tell you, they're really nice. 50 RPM faster, about 5 foot-pounds stronger, and that light ring is very nice. I think he only gave me a really good deal because now that I've used those, and he knows I still have the 3/8 drive in a brushed version because they still work, so why replace them? I think he's trying to get me to
Right.
upgrade those too.
Yeah, that's what my dealer did. He says, "Here, just try it." I'm like, "You fucker."
Yeah.
Yeah, what did he? So what did he sell that quarter inch for to you, Dave?
279 tool only.
Okay, that's about the same. Mine's at 300.
But it's on sale for 3 something right now. Tool only. But then I also got him to give me a good deal on a battery. I wanted another battery, so
Well, I thought it wasn't too bad of a price because on the end of the day, I bought the brushed ones for 200. So the brushless would be only $100 more. So I didn't think that was too much out of price
no, it's
or
a
out
good
of
deal.
range.
Scott,
So
nobody asked you if you're being sarcastic. We know you're being sarcastic.
but
So
yeah,
how do you like
I've been using that quarter inch. It's my go-to size to begin with. So man, I love that. I love that ratchet. You can definitely tell it's faster. You can, huh?
You said you got a brushless one
Yeah,
in the quarter inch?
yeah. Well, that's what he dropped off. He says, "Go ahead and try it."
No, I mean, is it the long neck or the standard
Yeah,
one?
long neck.
Longer. That's what I bought. I don't even know how much need I'd ever have for a standard one anymore. Standard length. The long neck seems to do almost everything you'd ever want it to do.
Well, there's
Might
times
crash
actually
when you
where
start using the shorter one, but
there's plenty of times where it's just too long.
yeah,
Yeah, the biggest thing I like about it is actually, believe it or not, I really love that trigger. Instead of having a bump, it's got that dip in it. Man, that's just nice. It automatically puts your finger in the right spot on that trigger.
yeah, it did slightly change the trigger, and you have a lot more control over power with the trigger too.
Yeah, and that halo light is really really
Oh, the
nice.
halo light's the shit.
Hey JWC Tech, how are you?
So I'm saying, I think he freaking gave me a really good deal, as best as he could do. Thinking, oh, I'll upgrade my 3/8 drives now.
Well, I already told me. You said you want to give me a deal on some trade-ins of some older Milwaukees. He's like, nah. I hear you, Dale. When you upgrade your 3/8, you should get the high torque. On the Snap-on? I don't know. That thing is slow.
Well, I have that. I have the strong one and the faster one.
Yeah, which one do you use the most? The faster one.
No, 3/8 the slow one.
Really?
No, they're probably about equal. I don't use the 3/8 ratchet as much as you'd think. I use it a lot, but not as much as quarter inch. No, like, what do they call that? Freaking the brute, the 3/8 brute ratchet. Yeah. I have that one. It is slow, but it's still faster than you're gonna do it by hand. I only use that from time to time when I already know if I'm pulling something off that I have to break loose. I know I'm gonna have a lot of resistance while it's backing out. I use that one. It does a very good job of not stopping.
Yeah.
It's faster than the fast one that would continuously stop, even though
Yeah.
it's slow. It doesn't. It keeps going.
Well, I got the brush 3/8, and I mean, I kind of like the speed and the torque with that one. It's not as fast as the Milwaukee, but it definitely has more balls than the Milwaukee. So, but yeah, quarter-inch one is definitely my most used, and
The halo light's nice.
yeah, that makes the difference, man. It's unbelievable.
You got stuck with red though, right? On the Snap-on. What is
Yeah,
it?
it's all right.
Well, that's all they probably are making right now. That's always the first one to come out is the red-bodied one.
Yeah,
And
if need be, I'll just
and the
change
high
the.
vis and so on and so forth will come out after.
Yeah, if need be, I'll just change the housing out on the others for red, and sell the high vis. But I don't think I will upgrade the shorties for brushless though, because I don't use them enough. Let me put it that way.
I hear you on that. Well, I'm sure they're going to make a high torque version that's not brushed. I don't know. They'll probably look at how many they sold. They probably look at how many brutes did we sell. Was it worth it? Because the brute probably is just the way it's designed. Probably is just some like gearing and toward the head. There's some gearing. The actual motor is probably the same as the standard 3/8. I think they just put some gearing to slow shit down, but yet give you more torque.
Yeah, of course, that's what it is. I mean, they just changed the gearing out, so that's why I have less RPMs but more strength, right? More power. That's why it's slower.
But their brushless standard now is only like 5 foot-pounds less, I think, than what the brute was. So the question is, would they even waste their time for 5 foot-pounds to produce a brute, or would the brute? How much foot-pounds of torque do you want on your 3/8 drive ratchet? That's the question. I mean, air powered snap-on.
To
Which
be
I have
honest
one.
with you, the
It's
3/8 long
probably
neck that I
about
got
60
now that is
foot-pounds.
brushed, I really like the torque speed ratio a lot on that ratchet. That is just perfect.
What I'm trying to say though, the old-fashioned snap-on badass air ratchet. They advertise like 60 foot-pounds tightening torque, loose breakaway torque, all that. You probably get a little bit more than that if you give it a little bit more airflow and psi. But that son of a bitch, if you weren't holding it right, would fucking jam your hands and smack your fucking hands right in place.
Right.
So do you want that? You want to pay for that, where you always got to worry about making sure you hold on to it tight enough they don't fucking flip up and smash your knuckles? Or you want to just break that shit loose or tighten that shit by hand, or double check it by hand if you tighten it, and break that shit loose by hand if you think it's too tight for your cordless ratchet. I'd rather have the weaker, faster cordless ratchet and initially break it loose using the ratchet.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, if I do anything, I'll change the 3/8 and the quarter out. Keep the brushed shorties, and then I keep the old brushed Milwaukees too. But I tell you what, I used those the other day on that new John Deere a couple days ago. Fuck that, they are slow, man. Holy shit. The old Milwaukees, the first gen.
Yeah, yeah, they're slow.
Well, you probably can't even sell them anymore. Nobody wants to give nothing for them. So, and they've been used to dog shit out of. They don't look very pretty anymore.
My shit usually don't look pretty after about 2 months.
Well, you can tell that they're Milwaukee because it's red, and that's about it. That's right, Ann Leeser. No Ching Freight.
Well, I have to say one thing about torque on an impact. I have, what is it called? The fucking Mako T-Rex half-inch drive, their newest impact Mako, the one that won the contest, so-called won on Torque Test Channel. It won to beat everybody out. I had F250 with rusted ass lug nuts coming in my shop, an older F250. And the kids were trying to change the tires on it. And the Ingersoll titanium wasn't doing shit. I'm like, oh, I got this handled. Go down there with my freaking new Mako fucking air impact happens drive. It's sitting there, ain't doing shit. I go grab my freaking Aircat 1200K, look at the airline, bam, 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 bam. All of them came off. I don't know what Torque Test Channel's testing, but I'm telling you, my Aircat's still stronger than that new Mako T-Rex.
Wow. The only thing I got left in air is 3/4 and 1 inch drive. Oh, JWC Tech, I thought the same, but I got some in about a month ago and people still buy them. I guess because 55 foot-pounds of torque instead of 35 on the high speed. Yeah. Yeah, and they're cheap, right? Because you can buy that for what, $80?
The problem I've heard a lot of complaints of in our region of the country that Theo and I live in was high speeds was it'd start to go, and if it hit the slightest resistance, it'd come to a stop.
Yeah, it
and
sucks.
You start to hand ratchet, so the high speed actually really didn't speed anything up over their standard speed. That extra whatever RPM we were getting, what was 120 RPM? It didn't matter. It too often stopped.
Well, for me, JWC Tech, the DeWalt ratchet looks more like a baseball bat. I just can't bring myself to get that one. Walter says, I have the 3/8 brute, long and short. Only complaint I have is that it's slow.
Mine is red too. Both of mine are red too.
I love and do not use anymore. They were knuckle busters. Okay.
Oh yeah, their air ratchets were knuckle busters. Their last generation of them.
I recently picked up a 3/8 Snap-on Power People air impact gun. That's right, Mark.
Now, that's one thing you couldn't do as experienced tech that I am. I can't give my fucking Snap-on air ratchets to a young tech and say, here, go ahead, use this. They'll hit the button, boom, their hand will get busted up. Then they go to the clinic and everything. Yeah, everybody's going to bitch at me. Why'd you let him do that? Why'd you trying to hurt him? I'm like, I don't know. I used that damn thing for fucking 15 years, 20 years. I never had a problem. Get your hand, go like that one damn time and smash the shit out of your hand. You learn to hold that bitch tight. Don't let it happen.
JWC Tech, when it comes to tools like that, original stock colors are always the best color.
So when's the next train come through, Theo?
Huh?
When's the next train come by?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You don't. There's not like a time schedule. There's just
I don't
whenever they
know.
want.
Hey, I don't keep track of that.
Gotcha.
I got the 3/8 extended and the CT861 Impact with 2 batteries and charger for $300. That's a good price, Jacob SeaTac. That is a good price.
Well, he's selling it for 300. That means he don't even have 250 into it. So I'll give you 260, JWC. I'll PayPal, it, Cash App it, Venmo it right fucking now. I'll pay for shipping.
I think they're ugly as hell.
Oh, the color neck and amble, the one that last fucking.
Yeah,
flyer check?
my guy had him on the truck and I said, "What the fuck is this for kind of gay shit, man? Are you trying to sell lollipops or something?"
Yeah, they got to back off the playground and leave the school kids alone.
Mark says face palms. Don't keep track. Sold the last ones on eBay for $550. Really? I think they're ugly.
What? What's ugly?
Those solid colored ones from Snap-on.
What solid color? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. We said the last flyer. Solid colored one. What the hell's the difference between a cigar and a blunt, man?
But
You know, instead of every Toki takes, Scott, the bigger his smile gets.
hey, we're over the hour mark, by the way.
I didn't know we were timing things.
Yep. You want to say your goodbyes?
Yeah, so everybody's going to throw up a billion chats now. Well, y'all have a good start to your week. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Y'all stay safe. And as always, sign on.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming on. Dave, appreciate it. And everybody in the chat, thank you for coming along. And hope everybody had a good week or weekend. Hope everybody's going to have a good week. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.